各位观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎大家收看天天话题加拿大版风化资讯，我是主持人苏慧文苏珊娜。接下来呢，我们将继续请4位优秀又非常热心的同学与我们分享他们在疫情期间成立生物以及人工智能俱乐部的故事。你们好。
你好。
那刚刚呢，我们聊到了为什么要成立这个人工以及生物智能俱乐部。那现在可以跟我们介绍一下你们是如何教这些学生这些课程的吗？
Yeah, so we have different roles in the class. We have to cover 3 big subjects, biology, QPath, and Python every class, and it's going to be difficult for us to cover all of them in 1 hour and 30 minutes. We try to cover all of them, but if we can't, then whoever doesn't get to speak the first time would most likely start next time to make sure that everyone has their chance to teach their own subjects. Me and Elaine are mainly in charge of QPath. We have taught the basics QPath for now, such as the training of a classifier, cell detection, and positive cell detection. And later on, we'll get more in depth into it when we move on to a project. People who are focused more on AI would focus more on Python and learn more with Zero, while people who are more focused on the biology side would try to understand the fundamentals of Python, and when we encounter things such as coding in the future, they wouldn't get confused by it. Angela's biology, it covers things like medicine and basics of cancer and some fundamentals biology that we learn in high school because you have to have the basic knowledge to understand university content. And yeah, also we, like I said before, we try to invite university professors to our class, ideally every month, to spread more useful information regarding the field and the subject.
所以说准备这些课程会不会很困难呢？
Yeah, it could be difficult to start with because we weren't really sure what to talk about because none of us are really experienced about teaching. But as we got used to it, we have a better idea of how to control the time. We don't want to go too fast or too slow, and the contents are just on time. Also, we might start 3/4 of the class just teaching, and the rest of the class we want students to kind of practice the knowledge we taught them. So it wouldn't be too difficult for us to teach it, but definitely we have to spend some time to work on our material.
你们的课程的分化和归类，包括怎么样子教学生，都分配得非常好，是你们自己决定的吗？你们自己讨论出来的吗？
when we were doing the project with Dr. Chinzhou, we kind of realized that what we were good at. For me, I'm more interested in the AI, the computer science, and Eileen and Tony will be better at like application for biology and pathology, and Angela will be good at more at just like biology introduction, like the raw information. So we realized what we were good at when we were bad. So when we started the club, we wanted to teach our strengths and let the others teach our things that we're not so good at. So that's how we kind of split the class. So our class, like Tony said before, it's kind of like 45 minutes of QPath, teaching about QPath, 15 minutes of like either a guest talk or some biology facts, 10 to 5 minute break, and then followed by like 20 minutes of computer science Python class.
所以说都是你们自己设计的，非常的厉害啊！也看得出来你们花了很多心思在里面。那一直以来你们的动力是什么呢？为什么会坚持想要去做这个俱乐部呢？
I think mostly it's from our experience at first with the project with Dr. Zhou. It's mostly because we want to also spread this experience to other students and to let them not only get the experience of applying their knowledge in biology and AI, but also introduce to them this sort of interdisciplinary subject of like a mix of biology and AI and programming. And also, especially during this pandemic, I think we would get even less of these sort of opportunities to experience it. And so we wanted to fill it in on their otherwise potentially lacking experience of application and hands-on experience with biology and AI, because usually in schools we would get like labs and experiments, But now during the pandemic, we either don't have the time or are just not allowed to have that many people in a class. And so we wanted to make up for their experience on that part. And we wanted to spread this knowledge, in our opinion, a really good opportunity of a application of knowledge.
你们乐于助人的精神真的是为青年人树立了一个非常好的榜样。那在创建俱乐部的过程当中，有没有遇到一些困难和挑战呢？可以跟我们分享一下吗？
Since it's our first time leading a club like this, we sometimes have some problems when we're having our lectures, which results in us not being as fluent as we wanted us to be.
就是还是在过程当中做了一些调整。
And also because we're a high school student-directed club, so at the beginning of it, many may not believe that we have the ability to teach them real university-level contents. So, but as we taught more classes, more students got to listen to what we have in our knowledge. So we gain more credibility, and that is getting resolved.
就是最后用自己的知识、自己的实力来证明了自己。Eileen 和 Sarah 有没有要分享的？
So another way to deal with is just like special things that happen, like things that you can't really predict. Like one time there was a pretty funny thing is that in the middle of a class, some of our members' Wi-Fi just stopped working, and then we were kind of stuck there in like an awkward silence with like just nothing to present because we didn't have Wi-Fi. Our presenter's Wi-Fi disappeared, so we had to learn how to deal with these unpredictable events and how to like kind of fill in this gap of just nothing.
这个也是给了你们锻炼的机会， 学会随机应变。Eileen 呢？
Yeah, and also I think time management is also a big thing because we're all in like grade 11, grade 10, and although the pandemic has, I guess, lessened our schoolwork to a certain extent, we're still in higher grades, and I guess we would just have, in general, more things to do. But at least in my experience, because I'm in IB and I guess it seems pretty stressful and like it would look like a lot of work, but I think it's just a good opportunity to challenge our time management skills and to get our schoolwork and other works done, but also make time to prepare for the club and prepare to teach other students.
现在是因为疫情期间在网上授课，那在疫情过后之后，你们还打算继续发展俱乐部吗？
Yeah, of course we will continue the club, but I guess after COVID we could do some adjustments because right now there's no way we can do a lab right now. That's just impossible because we have so much people and the research centers definitely won't allow us. So I guess after COVID we will probably gonna have some in-class stuff, maybe some activities. For now I think it's gonna be still mostly online because we kind of have that all set up already, and also we have students from all across BC. Like we have some in Richmond, some in Burnaby, some in Vancouver. So it's going to be quite a slightly bit harder to gather them all together. So I think when COVID ends, we're most likely still going to have online classes, but we might have some physical activities. Yeah.
可以提供给学生们更多上手使用的机会。最后可以跟我们分享一下俱乐部未来的发展的目标吗？
First of all, number one, we spread more people. 60 sound might impressive, but I think we can try to hit 100 or
帮助更多的
200.
人。
Yeah, get more people. And also, right now we are limited to bio and AI because that's kind of the things we prepared and we have the access to. So because we have bio professors and computer science people to help sponsor us and help us, we want to tackle more different areas, but that will require us to get more professors in these fields and also ourselves prepare these things. Right now, the one that I think we want to look at is statistics. I think that's also quite popular in high school right now. A lot of students want to learn about statistics. So, but I think it just takes time. So we're gonna slowly work, and eventually we will move into these different types of fields.
非常感谢你们，也期待你们未来俱乐部可以帮助更多的学生掌握生物以及人工智能方面的实用知识。谢谢你们的分享，也感谢各位观众朋友们的收看。我是苏慧文苏珊娜，我们下期同一时间再见。